Okay, so good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay, and is the screen visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, a very warm good morning to one and all. In the last lecture, okay, we had finished with the third unit, that is varied flow. In that, we had studied what is gradually varied flow and what is rapidly varied flow. In rapidly varied flow, we had studied specifically about the hydraulic jump. Now, proceeding further, we in yesterday's lecture, in the beginning, we saw a video on how to perform the experiment on hydraulic jump. In that, we find out the height or the depths of flow before and after the jump, and using that, we will find out the total energy loss due to the hydraulic jump. Then we also saw how to find out or how to calculate the discharge which gets collected in a measuring tank. After finishing that, we had started with the first unit again. Now, just a brief reminder to all. Okay, we have already completed the first unit, but the points about notches, weirs, and spillways was remaining. We had not covered that point, so we are going to cover that point now. Okay, and after we finish this notches and weirs part, our first section will be completed, and then we will begin with the second section. That is, second section is totally about the hydraulic machinery such as jets, turbines, pumps, etc. Now, the reason behind leaving this point, that is notches, weirs, and spillways behind, was apart from DBATU syllabus, in all other syllabus, that is of syllabus of Shivaji University, of Pune University, Mumbai University, and others, this parts of notches and weirs is always in the second section. म्हणजे काय, जर तुम्ही हायड्रॉलिक्स 2 चं जर सिलेबस बघितलं किंवा फ्लुइड मेकॅनिक्स 2 चं सिलेबस जर बघितलं बाकी युनिव्हर्सिटीजचं, तर तिथं कसं असतंय, फर्स्ट युनिट तुमचं इंट्रोडक्शन टू युनिफॉर्म फ्लो अँड स्टेडी युनिफॉर्म फ्लो असतं. ओके, सेकंड आणि थर्ड युनिट तुमचं नॉर्मली ग्रॅज्युअली वेरिड फ्लो आणि रॅपिडली वेरिड फ्लो असतो. ओके, आणि ते संपल्यानंतर मग सेकंड सेक्शन मध्ये फोर्थ युनिट जो असतो तो नॉचेस अँड वियर्सचा असतो. तर टू अंडरस्टँड नॉचेस अँड वियर्स, you needed to understand what is gradually varied flow, what is rapidly varied flow, what is steady unsteady uniform flow. Okay, so for that purpose I kept this part behind, so we are going to cover this point starting from today. So notches and weirs. In the last lecture we studied what is a notch. So what is a notch? A notch may be defined as an opening in one side of a tank or a reservoir, like a large orifice with the upstream liquid level below the top edge of the opening. Okay, so consider this as a tank or this as a channel or a reservoir. So at the end of the channel or the reservoir, okay, we provide an opening. Okay, ओपनिंग मराठीत त्याला आपण खाच म्हणू शकतो, एक प्रकारचा आपण खाच प्रोव्हाइड करतो. ओके, अँड what is the purpose of this notch or of this opening is that the water level is generally below the notch. Okay, it is generally below the bottom edge of the notch. This is the bottom edge. Okay, and so this bottom edge of the notch we will call it as the crest. Okay, so the water is generally flowing below the notch, but when the water level is such that it crosses the notch, water is going to fall out of that tank or that reservoir or that channel. Okay, for our specific purpose. Now, such types of notches, as I have explained to you before, they are generally used in industries, and more commonly they are used in large agricultural fields. For example, तुम्ही शेतात हौद बघितला असेल. ओके, एक ओव्हर एक टँक अबव ग्राउंड टँक असतो एक. ओके, रेक्टँग्युलर शेपचा हाऊस असतो. आता त्या रेक्टँग्युलर शेप एका एंडला काय केलेलं असतं, एक खाच प्रोव्हाइड केलेली असते. ओके, आणि त्या टँक मधनं पाणी कुठून येतो, फॉर एक्झाम्पल शेजारी एक विहीर असती, एक वेल असती, त्या वेल मधून काय येतं, त्या टँक मध्ये पाणी जमा होतो. आणि जेव्हा त्या पाण्याची लेवल या नॉचच्या क्रेस्टच्या वरती जाईल तेव्हा काय होतं, वॉटर फ्लोज आउट ऑफ द नॉच, water flows out of the tank, okay, and it is provided to the different crops. Similarly, I have given you the example of European farming or farming in the US. What they do is they provide a small channel which is known as the main channel in an agricultural field, and at the end, at some particular distances, notches are provided at the side of the this main. This is known as the main canal. Okay, and through the main canal there are a number of distributary canals which go to the different crops. म्हणजे जे मोठे फार्मलँड्स असतात तिथं एका वेळी फक्त एकच क्रॉप ग्रो केला जात नाही. तिकडे काय केलं जातं, डिफरंट क्रॉप्स, एका साईडला शुगर केन असेल, एका साईडला बार्ली किंवा मेज किंवा कॉर्न असेल, त्या प्रकारे युएस मध्ये किंवा युरोपमध्ये फार्मिंग होती. ओके, सो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द अमाउंट ऑफ वॉटर रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द इंडिव्हिज्युअल क्रॉप. आता जसं फॉर एक्झाम्पल शुगर केनला सगळ्यात जास्त पाणी लागतं. ओके, बट क्रॉप्स सच एज व्हीट or barley do not require as much water as sugar cane. ओके, तर आपण इथं काय करणार, शुगर ज्या नॉच मधून पाणी शुगर केनला प्रोव्हाइड केलं जाणार आहे, ज्या डिस्ट्रीब्युशन कॅनलला, तिथलं नॉच आपण काय ठेवणार आहे, थोडं खालच्या लेवलला ठेवणार आहे. म्हणजे थोडं तरी पाणी वाढलं तर काय होणार आहे, इमिजिएटली इट इज गोइंग टू गो टू द शुगर केन फील्ड. बट फॉर एक्झाम्पल, फॉर अ फील्ड ऑफ व्हीट और बार्ली क्रॉप, आपण तो नॉच काय ठेवणार आहे, थोडं वरती ठेवणार आहे. म्हणजे कंटिन्युअसली त्याला पाणी जाणार नाही. ओके, त्या स्पेसिफिक एक हाईट पर्यंत पोहोचल्यावरतीच काय होणार, त्या बार्ली आणि ऍग्रिकल्चर व्हीट क्रॉपला काय जाणार आहे, पाणी जाणार आहे. ओके, सो दिस इज अ रिअल लाईफ एक्झाम्पल ऑफ नॉचेस अँड वियर्स युज्ड इन द फील्ड्स. ओके, आय होप यू अंडरस्टूड व्हॉट इज नॉचेस. Now, a notch is basically it is used for measuring the rate of flow of liquid through a small channel or a tank. Okay. Now, particular crops require a particular discharge. For example, sugarcane will require a more discharge. Wheat crops or maize crops will require a lesser discharge. So, for particular crop, okay, a calculated discharge will be flowed through the notches, as I have explained to you using the diagram that I drew. And the notches, they are generally made of metallic plate, okay, so that they last longer and they can be even adjusted. Metallic plate apan कसं fix करून ठेवतो with the help of nuts and bolts. Okay, so they can be removed easily, they can be adjusted easily. Okay, now what is a weir? Weir, you all know, it is nothing but a bandhara. मराठीत त्याला आपण बंधारा म्हणतो. So a weir is a concrete or masonry structure placed in open channel over which the flow occurs. Okay, आता नॉचेस अँड वियर्स आपण पुढे जाऊन त्याचे डिस्चार्जचे फॉर्म्युलास कॅल्क्युलेट करणार आहे, फॉर रेक्टँग्युलर नॉचेस और वियर, फॉर ट्रायंग्युलर नॉचेस और वियर, एक्सेट्रा. नाउ फॉर्म्युला जरी दोघांचा सेम असला नॉचेस अँड वियर्सचा, बट देर इज सम डिफरन्स in the properties of notches and wears and in the applications of notches and wears. Now, if you see, whereas the notches were made of a metallic plate, you will find out that the weir is made up of concrete or masonry structure. Okay, and whereas the notches were used in order to measure the discharge, wears, the purpose of a weir is to raise the level of water on the upstream side of the weir. इथं अपस्ट्रीम साइडला वॉटर लेवल इन्क्रीज करण्यासाठी वियरचा उपयोग होतो. ओके, So these are the two main differences between notches and wears. Now what we are going to do, we are going to study the classification of notches first. Okay, and after we study that, then we are going to study the classification of wears. Okay, so today is going to be a very interesting lecture. Everyone should pay attention in order to identify the different notches and wears that you find out in the real field. And as civil engineers, okay, today's lecture outcome is that the students will be able to identify the different notches and wears. Okay, and this lecture will, or this syllabus will serve as a prerequisite for future lectures in or future studies in third year and final year. Final year मध्ये, for example, you will study how to design a wear. Okay, so in order to design a wear as civil engineer, you should know what is a wear. So today's lecture, we are going to see what is wear and what are the different types of wears. So let us proceed. Okay, in the last lecture, you have seen some important terms related to notches and wears. Okay, first is the nappe. What is nappe? Nappe. So the sheet of water which is flowing over the notch or flowing over the wear, that sheet of water is known as the nappe. Or it in some language. Roll number 48, mute yourself. Okay. काही ठिकाणी त्याचं प्रोनाउन्सिएशन नॅप म्हणून होतं, काही ठिकाणी प्रोनाउन्सिएशन त्याचं नॅपे म्हणून होतं. ओके, यू कॅन कॉल इट बाय बोथ नेम. सेकंड इज द क्रेस्ट और सील. क्रेस्ट काय असणार आहे? नाउ दिस इज द साइड ऑफ अ टँक और अ रिझर्वॉयर. द बॉटम ओपनिंग, okay, in the notch is known as the crest, whereas the topmost part of the wear is known as the crest. Okay, so understand the difference. Notch madla bottommost part and notch madla bottom opening and wear madla topmost part is known as the crest. Now proceeding further, we are going to start with the classification of notches. Now the first classification of notches will be according to the shape of its opening, and depending upon the shape of its opening, the notches can be classified as either a rectangular notch, a triangular notch, a trapezoidal, a parabolic, or a stepped notch. We will study each notches, okay, by looking at its image. नावावरनं तर तुम्हाला कळालेलंच आहे. रेक्टँग्युलर नॉच म्हणजे ज्याचा शेप रेक्टँग्युलर आहे, ट्रायंग्युलर म्हणजे फक्त ज्याचा शेप ट्रायंग्युलर आहे. विल जस्ट सी द शेप्स. सो दिस इज अ रेक्टँग्युलर नॉच. ओके, इफ यू सी द इमेज डाउन हियर, दिस इज अ रेक्टँग्युलर नॉच which is provided at the side of a reservoir. Okay, and water from a canal or a channel, it is emptying out through this notch when the water level breaches the crest level of the notch. So what is the crest level? This is the crest level of the notch. We are going to perform experiments in virtual lab on calibration of rectangular notch and calibration of V notch or triangular notch. ह्याच्यावरती आपण व्हर्च्युअल लॅब मध्ये प्रॅक्टिकल आपण परफॉर्म करणार आहोत. So in this notch, the most important dimensions are, first is the width of the opening, that is small b, and second is the water level above the notch, which is denoted by small h. And in the next slide we will see the real life image of a rectangular notch. Okay, you can see that this is the open channel or a canal. Okay, and at the side of this open channel or canal, a rectangular notch is provided. So when the water level will rise above this bottom crest, okay, water will start flowing outside this channel, and that is the purpose of this rectangular notch. And in the experiment, now we have a similar apparatus in our fluid mechanics lab, in our hydraulics lab, okay, and we use this notch in order to measure the discharge which is taking place through this open channel. Okay, so this was about the rectangular notch. Now let us proceed to the triangular notch. So as the name suggests, the shape of the opening of notch, if it is triangular, then it is known as the triangular notch. Now as you can see here, the important dimensions for this rectangular notch are: first, the height of water above the bottom of the notch, that is above the crest of the notch, and second is the angle of opening. Ha jo angle hai theta. Okay, these are h and theta are the important dimensions for a triangular notch. Okay, and this is the image, real life image of a triangular notch. So when the water in the open channel, when the water level will cross this crest level, which is also known as the apex of the triangular notch, it is known as the apex of the triangular notch. So when the water level will cross this apex, water will start flowing outside of the open channel. And here given to us is a real life example of a V notch where जे मी तुम्हाला सांगत होतो, ओपन अबव द ग्राउंड चॅनल जे असते, ज्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, हौद म्हणतो मराठीत. ओके, and which are used in the agricultural field. So water here comes in this tank from a groundwater source such as a well. Roll number 2. Okay. So water in this tank comes from a groundwater source such as a well, and it is collected in this tank. And then when the water level in the tank breaches the apex, that means the crest of the notch, the water will start flowing out of the tank and it will be provided to the different crops. Next is the trapezoidal notch, and as the name suggests, the notch whose shape is trapezoidal is known as the trapezoidal notch. Okay. Here you can see an image of trapezoidal notch. Okay. Next is the parabolic notch. Okay. This is one example which is probably used in an industry. Okay. The shape of the opening when it is parabolic, it is known as a parabolic notch. Now, if you can see this notch, it is a combination of triangular and parabolic notch. It is not a purely parabolic notch. It is a combination of triangular and parabolic notch. Then next, step notch. Roll number 53. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Please mute yourself. Next is the step notch. Now, you can see the example of step notch in a water supply plant. जिथं वॉटर प्युरिफिकेशन प्लांट एखाद्या आपल्या सिटीमध्ये असेल, you can see there, okay, the notch which is provided is in the form of a stepped notch. Okay, and this step notch is nothing but a combination of rectangular notches. I can say it is a combination of rectangular notches. Okay, so these are the different types of notches based upon its shape. Any questions? Any questions?
No.
सर ते नॉचेस आपण टाइम टू टाइम चेंज करू शकतो का?
Oh, you can watch here. If you see, तुम्ही इथे फॉर एक्झाम्पल एक ट्रायंग्युलर नॉच तुम्ही बघू शकताय. हे ह्याला फक्त काय केलंय, नट्स आणि बोल्ट्सनी काय केलेलं आहे, अटॅच केलेलं आहे. You can remove it and change it at any time whenever you want. Okay, even you can see the example of the notch in a laboratory. Okay, it is attached with the help of nuts and bolts. You can easily remove it. Then next classification of the notches will be according to the effect of the sides. Roll number 75. If you unmute yourself again, I'm going to remove you from the meeting. It has happened 3 times now that you have unmuted yourself. Okay. I don't know how hard it is to keep your finger away from the screen. Okay. Now, the next classification of notches is according to the effect of the sides on the nap emerging from a notch. Okay. So based upon this effect of the sides on the nappe is the sheet of water which is falling out of the notch. So the notch can be classified into 2 types, notch with end contraction, and second is notch without end contraction, which is also known as a suppressed notch. Now, I'll show you an example. Okay. Now, if the notch part, okay, has no end contraction म्हणजे तुमचं नॉचचं जे ओपनिंग आहे, इट इज फ्रॉम एंड टू एंड ऑफ द चॅनल. From end to end of the channel. So water is going to flow freely through this, over this notch and through the channel. But if your channel has end contractions, म्हणजे मी काय केलेलं आहे, ओपनिंग ची साईज आहे जी नॉचची, ती सराउंडिंग कॅनॉल और सराउंडिंग चॅनल पेक्षा छोटी आहे, तर इथं काय होणार आहे, water is going to get suppressed or water is going to get contracted from the surrounding parts. Okay, so it is known as a notch with an end contraction. So if you see the first image, it is a notch with an end contraction, and if you see the second image, it is an example of a notch without end contraction. Okay, have you understood the difference between notch with end contraction or and notch without end contraction?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just again show you the image of the triangular notch. Okay, आता ही जी notch ची opening बघताय तुम्ही, okay, it is less than the surrounding total length of the channel. Length of the notch opening is less than the total length of the channel. So it is a notch with an end contraction. पण जर ही तुमची notch ची opening, okay, it was throughout the length of the channel, for example, then it is an example of a notch without end contraction. I hope it is understood by all. Next, this is a V notch. V notch is also an example of notch with an end contraction. Cipolliti or the triangular notch, it is also an example of notch with end contractions. This is also an example of notch with end contraction. Whereas this image B it is an example of notch without end contraction. Okay, it is without end contractions. So this is the classification of notch depending upon the effect of the sides on the nap emerging from the notch. So what is going to happen if the notch is going to have contractions, then the flow through this notch, okay, or the effect on the nappe which is going to emerge from this opening, it is going to get contracted due to the sides. Okay, now next we'll proceed to the important classification of wear. Is the slide visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now first classification of wear. आता आपलं classification of notches झालेलं आहे. Classification of notches दोन प्रकारचे होते. First classification was based on the shape, whether it was rectangular, triangular, trapezoidal, parabolic or step. Second classification of notches was based on the end contractions. Okay, whether it had end contractions or no end contractions. Now we'll begin with classifications of wear. Now first classification will be according to the shape of the opening. So here we will have three types, that is rectangular, triangular, trapezoidal. Now generally आपले जे वियर्स असतात बंधारे, they are rectangular. तुम्ही जर एखाद्या बंधाऱ्याला समोरनं बघितलं, कुठल्या प्रकारचा शेप दिसतो तुम्हाला? रेक्टँग्युलर शेपच दिसतो. Very rarely, and I'm telling it, very rarely you will find out triangular or trapezoidal wears. Okay, so generally the wears that we are going to study will be rectangular wears. So let us see all these three different types of wears one by one. So this is an example of a rectangular wear. Next, trapezoidal wear. Okay, you can see here is an example of a trapezoidal wear. Very rarely you will find its image on Google. The next, triangular wear. Okay, I could not even find out the image of triangular wear on Google. Okay, and I'm searching it from 3 years. So triangular wears probably that don't even exist, or if they exist, I think no one has taken the image. Okay, so this is an example of a triangular wear where the shape of the opening is triangular in shape. In trapezoidal, the shape of the opening म्हणजे काय? जिथून पाणी तुमचं बाहेर पडणार आहे, तर त्याचा शेप काय आहे? इट इज ट्रॅपेझॉइडल. Okay, and rectangular you have all seen. Almost all the wears, okay, the shape of opening is rectangular in shape. Now moving further to the important classifications, the second classification can be done according to the shape of the crust. Sorry, this is not crust, this is crest, shape of the crest. So what is crest? Crest is the uppermost part of the wear. So this is the wear, this is the water level on the upstream side of the wear. Okay, so this topmost part of the wear is known as the crest. Now when we are seeing it from a side angle, depending upon the shape of the crest, it can be classified that sharp crested wear, narrow crested wear, broad crested wear, and ogee shaped wear. Okay, it is known as ogee shaped or OG shaped. You can call it anything. First is the sharp crested wear. Okay, the weir whose crest is very sharp. हा क्रेस्ट तुम्ही जर बघितलं तर तो कसा आहे, इट इज व्हेरी शार्प, and over this sharp part the water is flowing to the downstream side. So this is known as a sharp crested weir. Okay, here you are able to see an example of a very sharp crested weir. आणि जर तुम्ही जर नॅपे बघितलं, this is the nappe. Nappe means the sheet of water which is flowing over the crest. तर तो नॅपे सुद्धा तुम्हाला कसं दिसतो, इट इज व्हेरी शार्प. Okay, and depending upon the shape of the nap you can identify that this crest is very sharp. Next, broad crested weir. Okay, now as you can see from the name and from the image, the crest whose length or width, I will tell it as width, ज्या क्रेस्टची सॉरी ज्या वियरची क्रेस्ट खूप जास्त विडची असणार आहे, that is known as a broad crested weir. Okay, now particularly I have told you of an example before. These broad crested weirs, they are generally you will find them out in the rural areas where these weirs also act as a means of transportation. पावसाळ्यात तो वियर काय होतो, ओव्हरफ्लो होतो, पण बाकी सीझन्स मध्ये काय होतो, तो वियर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ रोड लोक यूज करतात. त्याच्यावरनं टू व्हीलर असेल, ओके, किंवा त्यांचे सायकली असतील, त्याच्यावरनं चालवून नेतात. ओके, सो दॅट इज अन एक्झाम्पल ऑफ अ ब्रॉड क्रेस्टेड वियर. You can see here it is an example of broad crested weir. Next is the example of narrow crested weir. Now the narrow crest weir, एखादा क्रेस्ट जो नाकी शार्प आहे आणि नाही जो ब्रॉड आहे, दोघांच्या मधला, that is nothing but your narrow crested weir. So the first image that you see, it is the narrow crested weir. The second image you see is the broad crested weir. Third example is the standing wave weir, but we are not going to study it in hydraulics too. Okay, this standing wave weir is generally used in industries. Okay, or it is used for very specific purpose where we want a wave-like structure, wave-like water formation here. Okay, so we are not going to study it. So I hope you understood what is a narrow crested weir. Okay, it is neither sharp nor it is broad. Just the crest, the width of the crest is narrow. And last is one of the most important shaped weir, that is the OG shaped weir or the OG shaped weir. Okay, and it is one of the most common types of weir that you are going to see in the hydraulic structures. आता हे OG shaped weir engineers का construct करतात? So one of the most common types of weir that is used is the narrow crested weir, जे की आपण लास्ट स्लाइड मध्ये बघितलं. आता narrow crested weir are the normally they are constructed as weirs. Now this nappe is going to flow, or this sheet of water is going to flow over this narrow crested weir. Okay, ह्याला आपण अप्पर नॅपे म्हणतो, ह्याला आपण लोअर नॅप म्हणतो, लोअर नॅपे. Okay, now if you see here below this lower nappe there is a pocket of air which is formed. Now this pocket of air, it creates a negative pressure. आता नेगेटिव्ह प्रेशर क्रिएट करतं म्हणजे काय करतं, तुमचं वियर कशामुळे स्टँडिंग आहे? बिकॉज इट इज एक्झर्टिंग अ फोर्स ऑर अ प्रेशर इन द डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन्स. ओके, and the earth below it is taking up the load of that weir. But due to the air pocket formed, negative pressure is formed in this part, and negative pressure formed झाल्यामुळे इथं काय होतं? There is an uplift pressure which is formed here, which can weaken the structure and which can even destroy the structure. Okay, and there is a large scale soil erosion or scouring which takes place along with loss of water. So to prevent this, all these disadvantages, in order to prevent all these disadvantages, what we do is, हा जेवढा लोअर नॅपेचा शेप आहे त्याला सुद्धा आपण काय करणार? कॉन्क्रीटनी भरून टाकणार आपण. ओके, and hence the shape of the weir that we are going to get is a OG shaped weir. Are you understanding this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the purpose behind construction of OG shaped weir? So that negative pressure is not formed in the air pocket and the structure is stabilized. There is no loss of water and there is no loss of soil due to scouring. So this OG shaped weir, it has a number of benefits, and we are going to study it in detail in this unit also and in the last year, that means in BY also. Many of you may have generally seen this OG shaped weir. It is this OG shaped weir is also the most common type of spillway used in the dam. म्हणजे जेव्हा काय, इथं आता मागच्या बाजूला रिझर्व्हायर आहे, त्यात पाणी जमा केलेलं आहे, पण जेव्हा पावसाळ्यात पाण्याची लेवल मॅक्झिमम वॉटर लेवल पेक्षा वाढणार तेव्हा काय केलं जाणार? हा जो गेट आहे डॅमचा तो ओपन केला जाणार, म्हणजे वरती it will be lifted upwards and water will start flowing through this spillway, which is nothing but a OG shaped weir. Okay, now proceeding. So have you understood the classification of weirs based on the shape of the crest?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next classification of weirs, we are going to do it according to the discharge conditions. That means whether it is a freely discharging weir, whether it is a submerged or drowned weir. Before seeing the images, let me just tell you here itself what is free discharging weir and what is submerged weir. Okay, when the water from the upstream freely discharges into a downstream portion, okay, it is known as a freely discharging weir. But when if the upstream and downstream, okay, both the water levels on the upstream and downstream side are above the crest of the weir, it is known as a submerged or drowned weir. Freely discharging weir म्हणजे काय? Freely discharging weir मध्ये upstream part is submerged but the downstream part of the weir is not submerged. You can still observe this weir, but when both the upstream side and the downstream side of the weir water level is above the crest of the weir and the weir is totally submerged or drowned, it is known as the submerged or drowned weir. Let us see the images. So this is an example of a freely discharging weir where you can still identify the downstream wall of the weir. Okay, for example इथं तुम्ही काय बघू शकताय? अपस्ट्रीम पोर्शन जो आहे वियरचा तो काय आहे? तो सबमर्ज्ड आहे, पण डाउनस्ट्रीम सेक्शन काय आहे? you can still observe the wear from the downstream side. Then what is submerged wear? Okay. Now, are you able to see the wear? तुम्हाला wear दिसतोय का या इमेज मध्ये?
No.
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay, so it is an example. Simply, it is an example of submerged wear. Okay. Again, one image I'll show you. This can also be classified as an example of submerged wear, where the downstream and the downstream side is almost submerged. Almost submerged व्हायला आलेला आहे. त्याचे वॉटर लेवल डाउनस्ट्रीम साइडचं ऑलमोस्ट या क्रेस्टच्या लेवलच्या वरती आता थोड्या वेळाने येईलच या पोझिशन मध्ये आहे. ओके, सो दिस इज एन एक्झाम्पल ऑफ सबमर्ज्ड wear. Okay, any questions regarding the classification? Now, proceeding further. Yes, any questions? Yes.
सर सबमर्ज मध्ये पूर्ण स्पिलवेज पूर्ण वॉटरच्या खालीच पूर्ण जाणार ना?
हो,
ओके.
स्पिलवे नाही, वियर.
येस सर, वी आर.
हा, वियर. स्पिलवे कसं आहे, डॅम मध्ये असतं आणि डॅम मध्ये आपण असं कधीच अलाउ करत नाही की अपस्ट्रीम आणि डाउनस्ट्रीम दोन्हींची वॉटर लेवल डॅम पेक्षा वरती गेली आहे. आपण हे कधीच अलाउ करत नाही. इवन अपस्ट्रीम साइड म्हणजे रिझर्व्हायर मधलं वॉटर लेवल सुद्धा आपण कधीही डॅमच्या वरती जाऊ देत नाही.
येस सर.
So it is particular for weirs. Now, have you seen, okay, any weir? And if you have seen, can you tell it about its property, whether it is a sharp, narrow or broad crested weir? तुम्ही कुठं बघितलं आहे का? एक्झाम्पल कोण सांगू शकते का एखादं? सोलापूर डिस्ट्रिक्ट मधलं किंवा दुसऱ्या डिस्ट्रिक्ट मधलं?
Sir, please repeat the question.
Yes, have you seen an example of a weir? And if you have seen it, can you tell me about its properties? Whether it is a rectangular weir, okay, whether it is a sharp crested weir, काय असेल? कुठं तुम्ही कुणी एक्झाम्पल बघितलंय का किंवा डिप्लोमा मध्ये असताना कुठं तुमची विजिट गेलेली आहे? कुठं तुम्ही बघितलेलं आहे? Yes. You are not properly audible. Roll number 54, you are not properly audible.
डिप्लोमा में सर केटीवीआर सीखे थे सर. कोल्हापुर टाइप बनणार.
Kolhapur type. Have you seen any image in the real life? रिअल लाईफ मध्ये कुठलं वियर तुम्ही बघितलेलं आहे का? Roll number 44, I think you have a network problem there. You are not properly audible. You can type whatever you're trying to say, you can type in the chat box.
Sir, Sirapur.
Yes. And what type of wear is it?
KTVR, sir. KTVR.
Okay. Any other? Okay. Now next, moving further. Now we are going to calculate the discharge which is taking place over the different types of weirs or notches. Okay. Now, for example, if we consider a single weir or a notch, for example, rectangular shape, then the formula for discharge over a rectangular notch is the same as the formula for discharge over a rectangular weir. म्हणजे नॉच आणि वियरचा फॉर्म्युला सेम असणार आहे या केसमध्ये. even though they are different structures, they serve different purposes. Okay, if the shape of opening is rectangular for notch as well as for weir, then they both will have the same formulas. Now, we are going to study the formulas for discharge over. First, we'll study about the rectangular notch or weir. Second, we'll study about the triangular notch or weir. Then next, we'll study about the trapezoidal notch or weir. Then fourth, we are going to study about the stepped notch. कारण की स्टेप हा जो शेप आहे तो फक्त नॉचेस मध्ये, वियर्स मध्ये नसतो. त्यामुळं आपण फक्त स्टेप नॉचेस बघणार आहे, वियर नाही. त्याच्यानंतर नेक्स्ट आपण ब्रॉड शेप वियर डिस्चार्ज ओव्हर ब्रॉड शेप वियर्स फॉर्म्युला बघणार. त्यानंतर डिस्चार्ज ओव्हर नॅरो क्रेस्टेड वियर, डिस्चार्ज ओव्हर शार्प क्रेस्टेड वियर आणि डिस्चार्ज ओव्हर ओगी और ओजी शेप वियर. हे डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ वियर्सचे आपण एक्झाम्पल. त्यानंतर डिस्चार्ज ओव्हर फ्रीली, डिस्चार्ज ओव्हर सबमर्ज्ड वियर, ह्याचं सुद्धा आपण एक एक्झाम्पल, त्याचा फॉर्म्युला बघणार आहे. ओके, अँड देन वी आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व न्यूमेरिकल्स ऑन दोज डिफरंट डिस्चार्जेस which are taking place. Now, why is it important to calculate the discharge over the notch or a weir? Now, जर मी नॉच बद्दल बोललो तर जसं मी तुम्हाला आधीच एक एक्झाम्पल सांगितलेलं आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, एखादं मोठं ऍग्रिकल्चरल फील्ड आहे, त्यात डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ क्रॉप्स ग्रो केले जात आहेत. काही ठिकाणी शुगर केन आहे, काही ठिकाणी राईस आहे, काही ठिकाणी व्हीट, बार्ली, मेज या प्रकारचे क्रॉप्स आहेत. त्यांच्यासाठी डिफरंट डिस्चार्ज मला प्रोव्हाइड करायचा आहे. शुगर केनला जरा जास्ती डिस्चार्ज लागणार, व्हीट, बार्लीला थोडं कमी लागणार आहे डिस्चार्ज, पाणी मग कमी डिस्चार्ज लागणार त्याला. सो बाय ओके, if I know the discharge taking place over a particular notch, okay, I can design the particular discharge for a notch. For example, जसं मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं, शुगर केन साठी मी डिफरंट नॉच डिझाइन करणार, जो की एक पर्टिक्युलर डिझाइन डिस्चार्ज फ्लो करणार आहे त्यातून. परत व्हीट किंवा बार्लीसाठी एक पर्टिक्युलर मी नॉच डिझाइन करणार, त्यातून पर्टिक्युलर डिस्चार्ज डिझाइन डिस्चार्ज फ्लो होणार आहे. ओके, आता वियर मध्ये कशाला लागते आपल्याला? As we have seen in the practical engineering video in the last lecture, okay, it is our duty as engineers to increase the discharge over a weir. एखादा बंधारा तुम्ही बांधलेला आहे रिव्हरच्या मध्ये किंवा कॅनॉलच्या मध्ये, हे तुमची ड्युटी आहे ऍज सिव्हिल इंजिनियर की त्या वियर वरून मॅक्झिमम डिस्चार्ज फ्लो झाला पाहिजे. Okay, and in order to find out that, you should know the formula for finding out discharge over a notch or a weir. So let us find out, or let us calculate the formula for discharge over a rectangular notch or a weir. So consider a rectangular notch or a weir provided in a channel carrying water as shown in the figure below. Okay. So let this be the rectangular weir, let this be the rectangular notch. Now the water is flowing over the crest of both either the notch or weir. आता मला सांगा, हे तुमच्यावरती डिपेंड आहे. आपण पुढे जेव्हा आपण फॉर्म्युला डिराईव्ह करणार आहे, तर आपण नॉच अज्युम करून चालूया का वियर अज्युम करून चालूया? दोन्ही चालतंय. तुम्ही सांगा काय अज्युम करूया आपण? नॉच अज्युम करूया का वियर अज्युम करूया?
वियर.
ओके, वियर इज इजियर टू अज्युम, सो विल अज्युम वियर. ओके, so if you consider rectangular weir च्या क्रेस्ट लेवल वरनं वॉटर फ्लो व्हायला लागलाय आणि हा किती डिस्चार्ज फ्लो होतोय ते आपल्याला कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं. नाही, वी कॅन कॅल्क्युलेट इट बाय considering the total height of the water which is flowing over. Then if we see the front image, okay, जर मी इथून जर बघत असलो, इथं माझे डोळे आहेत, ओके, इथून जर मी तो नॅपे ऑब्झर्व करतोय विच इज फ्लोईंग ओव्हर द क्रेस्ट, तर मला या प्रकारे रेक्टँग्युलर शेपचा इमेज दिसेल. ओके, and I will calculate the total length of the nap or the total length of the crest. ओके, जेवढी तुमची वियरची लेंथ असणार आहे, ओके, जर काही एंड कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन नसतील तर जेवढी तुमची वियरची लेंथ असणार आहे तेवढीच लेंथ तुमच्या वियरच्या ओपनिंगची असणार आहे. And I will consider it as capital L. So there are two important dimensions here: height of the water flowing above the crest and total length of the weir. Now proceeding further, let h be the height of water above sill or the crest. Sill म्हणजेच काय, crest of the notch or the weir. Let capital L be the length of notch or the weir, and let CD be the coefficient of discharge. आता हे coefficient of discharge CD हे concept तुम्ही कुठं वाचलेला आहे, कुठं स्टडी केलेला आहे? प्लीज टेल मी. येस, कोएफिशियंट ऑफ डिस्चार्ज हा टर्म तुम्ही कुठं ऐकलेला आहात? एनीवन? Okay, so this is the thing when I'm telling that you should do conceptual learning. Conceptual learning तुम्ही ह्याच्यावरनं प्रूव्ह होते की पूर्ण 75 च्या स्ट्रेंथच्या क्लासमध्ये, आज 64 प्रेझेंट आहे, तर पूर्ण 64 च्या स्ट्रेंथच्या क्लासमध्ये एकाच सुद्धा कन्सेप्च्युअल लर्निंग झालेलं नाही. फक्त एक्झामच्या दृष्टिकोनाने अभ्यास करतायत आणि आरामात पास होणारच आहोत म्हणून काय अभ्यासही करत नाहीत. ओके, now this trend is very dangerous for you as students in the future. Let me remind you. Okay, so your assignment today or your homework today is to find out what is coefficient of discharge. आपला हा ऑलरेडी झालेला आहे हा कन्सेप्ट शिकून. So your duty is to study the coefficient, the term coefficient of discharge today and come tomorrow. I will not proceed further in this because तुम्हाला मी हे जे नोट्स सुद्धा पाठवलेले नाहीयेत. आज हे जे नोट्स मी तुम्हाला पाठवतो डिस्चार्ज ओव्हर रेक्टँग्युलर नॉच और वियर, आणि मग आज ते नोट्स वाचून घ्या. कोएफिशियंट ऑफ डिस्चार्ज काय आहे ते रिसर्च करा, जरा स्टडी करून घ्या, आणि मग उद्याच्या लेक्चर मध्ये आपण डिस्चार्ज ओव्हर रेक्टँग्युलर नॉच और वियर आपण स्टार्ट करूया. ओके, so thank you. I will end the lecture here. Any questions, any doubts?
Hello.
Yeah.
It is the ratio of actual discharge upon theoretical discharge
Okay, and where have you studied it?
in Bernoulli's equation.
Very good. Who is it? Roll number?
74.
Okay, very good. चला कोणाला तरी एकाला येत आहे. Okay, so roll number 74 has given the answer. You have studied it in Bernoulli's equation. What is coefficient of discharge? Okay, still I want everyone to again, तुम्ही पाहिजे तर Google करा. What is coefficient of discharge and how it is important to us. Okay, and then come for the next lecture. Now everyone just wait. Wasim sir is taking the attendance. And then you can leave the lecture. Any questions, any doubts? Until Wasim sir takes the attendance, any questions, any doubts? If your class would have been offline, okay, तुम्हाला एक मी CA2 ला मी एक काय केलं असतं, इन्स्टेड ऑफ MCQ एक्झामिनेशन मी तुम्हाला मॉडेल्स तयार करायला लावणार होतो डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ वियर्सचे, रेक्टँग्युलर वियर्स किंवा रेक्टँग्युलर नॉच, ट्रायंग्युलर वियर. ओके, एक कार्डबोर्डचे किंवा थर्मोकॉलचे तुम्हाला पाहिजे ते तुम्हाला जे मटेरियल यूज करायचं आहे ते मटेरियल यूज करून तुम्हाला मॉडेल अकॉर्डिंग टू द प्रॉपर स्केल हे करायला लावले असते. होपफुली इफ यू कॅन रिटर्न to the colleges in this semester, I find it highly unlikely, but if we can return, then I will most probably give that project to you as CA2. Okay, त्याच्यामुळे काय होतं, तुम्ही जेव्हा स्वतःहून तुम्ही मॉडेल तयार करणार, आणि मॉडेल तयार करायचं म्हणजे शाळेच्या मुलांसारखं नाही कसंही काही घेऊन, प्रॉपर टू द स्केल. ओके, जसं आपण एखादं इंजिनियर जसे मॉडेल तयार करतात, एव्हरीवेअर एव्हरीथिंग इज अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्केल, त्याप्रमाणे आपण मॉडेल एक तयार केलं आपण. दॅट विल बी अ व्हेरी गुड लर्निंग एक्सपिरियन्स फॉर एव्हरीबडी इन्वॉल्ड. ओके,
हॅलो सर.
येस.
हा सर, माझा अटेंडन्स घेऊन झालाय, तर त्यात अबसेंट नंबर सांगू का मी, म्हणजे कोण असं म्हणजे नाही झाले ते. रोल नंबर 9 एक अबसेंट आहे. रोल नंबर 15,
ओके
20,
ओके
24,
24
42, 42 नंतर 50, 52, 56, 57, 62, 63, 70.
ओके.
12 स्टुडंट्स अबसेंट सर.
ओके सर.
ओके, ठीक आहे सर, थँक्यू.
Okay, so everyone can leave now.
Thank you, sir.